we're going to get right to them. Big Siff, what's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind today, man? I've been thinking about it all day. What would I say tonight? Be brief. Um, I think America's at a boiling point, at a tipping point, and people are beginning to have to choose sides. You see that the working poor have said they had enough, and the rich have begun to push the accelerator in terms to acquire more wealth. So I think that we've reached a tipping point in America, and so now the best is yet to come. Maybe, maybe not. To see where we will land in this tumultuous times.
All right, all right. Sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. All right, so we got our second co-host, our star. We're going to get it going quick and easy.
You ready? Let's go.
What up, Golf fam? How's everybody doing this evening? Thank you for joining us. What's on my mind? Today, I got to play with a good group of folks from all over. We had some folks come in from Philadelphia. We had a gentleman that came in. He's here from Guam. You know, we had some folks from Orlando, myself from Tampa. We had Chrissy come in all the way from North Carolina, and we got it in. And what I loved about it is the fact that we could put out a quick invite and get such a good, response and coming together of all of us or whatever. And we got out there, we burnt up, and we had a really great time. But it just goes to show, you just, be from all necks of the wood and come together and get out and have a good time. And we did.
Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice. I just want to say welcome. I am MannyUp, so I guess I give myself something.
MannyUp.
That's right.
Manny.
That is me, and we're going to get close. What's on Manny's mind today? Not too much. Golf is great. Golf is dope. I'm just very excited that we're doing this show today. We got 3 phenomenal guests that's going to come on and share some insight to this thing we love called golf, and how we organize and how we unified and how we can get better and how we can fellowship and meet all different kinds of people in this golf game. That's about all I got. We're going to hit it quick, and we're going to bring in our first guest. This guest is one of the founders of a huge golf group on Facebook. And actually, between the 2 groups on Facebook, that's how we probably met. That's how we all kind of met and started fellowshipping and started this podcast. And the Black Golfers Association is a huge group. It's very informative. You can fly into different towns. But hey, I ain't going to go into it. We're going to bring in Mr. Kyrie and Mitchell, and he's going to tell us all about it. He's going to tell us all about it. Brother Kyrie, how are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing well, golf family. Can y'all hear me okay?
We can hear you fine, brother.
All right. Chris, what's up, dog?
What's up, K-Dog? What's good with you?
Long time no see, Tricia. How you doing, Miss Lady?
How you doing?
All right now. Appreciate the invite.
No problem. Trish, you want to start with a question or introduce them, or give them another good welcome, bring them on in?
Little edification.
First, I wanted to ask, is Kirk Russell, was he able to join us, Curry?
He does have the link. I guess you guys will see if he was actually able to join or not.
All right, we live, y'all. Let's bring in Mr. Kirk Russell also.
Make sure we meet everybody.
There we go.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome, Mr. Kirk Russell. Trish, continue on. You got
Hey,
both.
how you doing?
So we are so happy to have y'all guys on. Y'all know I joined the Black Golfers Association as well as the Alliance, strictly to, connect with my people, my tribe. And I feel like I found my people in my tribe. So thank you for allowing me to be a member of such an amazing group. Thank y'all for joining us. And, we just wanted to, get some more information about, the Black Golfers Association, Honor 61. If y'all wanted to come on and just, tell us a little bit more about what y'all are doing, how y'all came about.
I'll let Kirk start with that. He was the creator of the group. So go ahead, Kirk. Take it away, man.
All right. Down here, I'm in Oklahoma. I'm about 90 miles away from Texas and 90 miles away from Oklahoma City. I'm right in Ardmore. Got started in golf, like I say, back in '96. Took me by storm when I saw Tiger Woods say "Hello World." So that's exactly what really got me started with the BGA. Started playing golf, and then in 2012, I wanted to play with more people that looked like me. My dad got me out there playing, so I was going back and forth playing in skins groups down in Texas and Oklahoma City, and started meeting a lot of African American golfers. Well, since then, Corey came aboard. He called me and said, "Have you looked at the traction you're gaining on the BGA?" And I said, "No, I haven't." And I went and looked. I think you were what, like number 500?
I was number 500.
And now it's up to what, 28? Yeah, now it's at 28,000. So that was just kind of one of the things that got me into golf, is just wanting to play with other people that look like me. And that was, like I said, it was just a communication and networking thing that I started at first. And now it done blew up to this.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Let's give a big hand of applause and a big horn, because anything that brings us together in a unified way and organized like you guys really are is just a blessing and a real service to us. Tricia, anything you want to bring it in?
No, Kari.
Well, I mean, my start was a little bit more humble. I picked up the game when I was in Hawaii. Big up to one of my good friends, Nevin Box, who lives out in Phoenix. He invited me in, and we just took up the game this weekend, Warriors. And then something happened. I did a budget, and I realized I was losing a lot of money. I was like, something got to change. So I made a decision. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get my own clubs. My pops gave me. I had some hand-me-down clubs. My pops gave me some clubs, and I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna make a goal for myself. When I crack 90, I'm gonna get me some own clubs. When I got my own clubs, that's when I started my 1,000 rounds of golf journey. Because my first round with them, I shot at 84. I was like, yo, I got the ones that fit me, baby. I'm good. And then, and that was in May of 2012, which is oddly enough the same time the BGA was created on Facebook. So, make a long story short, I started to get nice with my game. When I got educated at the Golf Academy of America in San Diego before they closed those down. And then a guy there named Richard Jones, he was in San Diego. I never got a chance to play with him. He's a good golfer. Big up, man. I appreciate you. He's the one that invited. When I moved to Atlanta, I missed him. I never got a chance to meet him in person. He was in the BGA. He was, I don't know what member number he was, but he invited me. So I came in as member 537, and he was like, "Hey, yo, man, I think, man, this is for you." So when I saw it, being prior military and living in Hawaii, and when you live in Hawaii, I lived in Hawaii for over 12 years. There's a different sense of community that is very, very close to our traditional ways of living from African civilizations. And I was like, you know what, this is it. I can now get the same golf feeling I had with my people out in Hawaii. And we was 120 deep every weekend in Hawaii, and we're talking about us. I'm talking about us,
That's big.
We was 120 deep every weekend. I'm like, well, you know what? This is an opportunity for me to try to get the same thing here in Atlanta. So I literally, when I got invited to the group, man, I pretty much just vomited all in the group. Whoever wanted help, I'm helping them. Whoever came to Atlanta, let's get around in. And I think maybe 3 months after I was in the group, after I invited all my Navy buddies and everybody I knew that was golfing, and everybody that I met when we was golfing, hey man, you got to join BGA. And I literally did old school marketing. I beat the streets. It was all word of mouth. And I think 3 months in, we was at 5,500. 8 months in, we was at 7,000 and some change. And then COVID happened. When COVID happened, golf was the only thing you could do in the South for the most part. So I kept it rolling, man. And I had to buy a couple of pair of shoes en route, but it was worth it, man. We actually from January 2020 to January last year, we actually ended up picking up. Well, this year, January, we ended up picking up about 22,000 members.
Wow, that's phenomenal. That is growth. Obviously, you guys are filling a need that was there, that was not being filled, and you did it in a great way, an organizational way.
Yeah.
And so you have I just fell upon the BGA, just being a golfer out in California, and it just came across my Facebook feed, and I joined and met great, wonderful people, and we here because of that, from the
Yeah.
Facebook groups, which
6
is
degrees of
crazy.
separation is what they call it,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So the Black Golfers Association, and then you have a subgroup or another model within the Black Golfers Association. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
We're talking about Honor 61.
Yes, sir.
Well, what Honor 61 is the country club membership for
Nice.
everybody for our community. And what we mean by community is, yes, the Black Golfers Association was the first of the first and it is the largest, but when you plant a seed and you plant a tree, things grow from that. So all the branches of the Alliance, the UGA, Minority Golf Association, all these other groups that have formed, Black men and women of golf. I mean, everyone that formed are all branches from the original, and seeing everybody wanting to do their own thing was magnificent in that journey, man. So we was like, we need to create our own membership for all of these communities, and that's what Honor 61 is. Honor 61, our motto is educate. So we're going to end up developing a platform to educate, participate. I mean, leisure golf, competitive golf, leagues all across the nation, man. We're talking about a league of our own, just like the Negro League of Golf back in the day. We got the numbers. We're going to go ahead and do it, and we just recently added in our innovation. Big salute to Kirk for that. That's our innovation piece where we're developing our own technology to be able to bring people together a lot easier. And then, of course, at the end, after you got the EPIC, the C is for celebrate. So we pretty much bringing everything into our epic community of golfers.
That is just phenomenal. Like you said, a big tree that gives fruit, and then the fruit plants seeds, and you got little sprouts all coming from the Black Golfers Association all over the place. Even this podcast is really a seed from that tree, just to keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? So look at your fruit, fellas.
Yeah,
it's growing.
A nourishing forest we're trying to grow.
Come on, man. That's just phenomenal. Big Siff Dog, what you got to say?
Hey, first of all, man, I pretty appreciate Kirk introducing me to the association many moons ago, and you and Kyrie have built a dominant force to acquire 20,000 people in a short period of time that you guys have been in it. That says a lot about you in terms of your work ethic, how you go about your business, and so forth. But on the flip side of that is, Kyrie, I know you're down with my boy Richard Degree.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Kirk, Kirk, you in Missouri?
He's in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
I'm in Ardmore. I'm right here. Yeah, I'm down here by the big casino, Windstar.
Yeah, well, that's good, because the thing is, I'll come out to the casino, and I'm gonna whoop your ass first, and I'm gonna take the money and go to the casino and spend big on you. And Kyrie, I'm gonna catch a bus to Atlanta, and then I'll be driving your car back to North Carolina.
Hey, man, you don't want this work, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You don't want this work. You don't want this work, man. I'm a bona fide scratch now, man. As my last, but what? Excuse me, y'all may not know, but I got everybody knows 1,000 rounds of golf. That's my hashtag, and I think I'm at 14 something, but in the last 100 rounds or so, man, it's been ridiculous. I've eagled more holes in the last year than I've eagled the past 7 since I started playing. So it's been crazy, man. It's been a wonderful journey. But you don't want this work, man. As a matter of fact, I may take 85 North, come on up there by Charlotte on my way to Williamsburg this weekend, and go ahead and scrub you down real quick, man. Go ahead and help clean clubs off.
You'll be coming through North Carolina, going to Williamsburg, butt ass naked.
So you fellas, while we got you here, what is in the future for you guys? What's what's the next stage? Give us something.
Well, from my point of view, I believe our next stage is capitalizing on technology. And I don't want to put any social media networks out there, but our level of communication is very, very restricted within the group. And we are in the midst of, the platform isn't there, but the means of communication, the structure of communication is there. And I mean, once we get that down pat, man, it's going to be a world of hurt because people are going to be trying to get in. If you ain't already in the community, I'm sorry, it's going to be invite only. It's going to be invite only. So, if you're not in it now, it just is what it is.
Sounds good. And any plans for the members? You got thousands and thousands of members.
Yes.
What can you tell the members? Because I know a lot of them was watching. Because that's what we do. We on Black Golf Association. What can you tell the members? Because they see you on the Facebook and texting. You get a chance to talk to them today. What is up for the members for the future? I know we got the communication platform in the works, and you building. What's some tournaments or any events, or how should they and why should they get to the Honor 61? Right there at the bottom, we got the website, so I'm sure they can go in and contact you guys and give you guys a heads up if they're interested. Tell them about any future things for the members that's already on.
Kirk, did you want to take that, my man?
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on the Honor 61. That's pretty much what I want the members to really go and look at, just to get an explanation on what it stands for and what it means. It is the divot tool that you see. Honor 61 was when they removed the Caucasian clause, of course, we all know that. But we chose that to honor the past, present, and future golfers of color. And we are using the divot tool to repair the damage that was done. I don't know if that has been explained, but what I would like for everybody to do is we're trying to move from the Facebook platform and go to the Honor 61.
Okay.
Sounds good. So just in case he was breaking up just a little bit. So we're moving, we'll use Facebook, but eventually you want to move your audience to the Honor 61 platform where you're not restricted, where you can really horn in and have better communications with your members. And I'm sure that's coming down the pike, and that's coming soon. So please, everyone, look at the bottom screen. If you're watching this, put that website in, give them a contact information and email so they can always get back to you and get follow-ups on the honor61.com. And of course, the Black Golfers Association on Facebook, and I'm sure they're going to direct you to the Honor 61 and anything else they got going on. You guys you just don't know how powerful your platform is. You don't know how many people you've connected through your platform. And I see the future is like really bright with the honor61.com. That's really, really dope. Any parting words?
Yeah. Stop posting stuff that ain't gonna get approved. Nah, I'm just playing.
No, moderate. Tell them about it, Curry. But you gotta moderate it. You got to.
A lot of people are truly unaware of a lot of the work that goes into managing a group that large. Kirk can tell you, he was like, man, how are you doing this and still playing golf every single day? And the first thing that popped in my mind is like, somebody has to make the sacrifice. Because if we don't, we'll never be able to find a way. I mean, our mothers and our fathers did that, to pave the way for us, and we have to do that for our younger generation. So, literally, man, we've been monitoring and approving upwards 25,000 posts and comments a day.
Oh,
and
wow.
then while we was growing, we was at a point where we was growing 100, 120 people a day. Especially earlier this year when golf season started to pick up, and it was crazy, man. There's been a lot of people have reached out and wanted to help, and we thank them. And a lot of people have recognized all the work that we've been able to do to keep this maintained. And we just want to step it up. We just want to step it up. So we want to move over to a platform that we control the access, and it's not just going to be for members of the Black Golfers Association. It's going to be for our entire Black golf community. That way everybody can come in and understand that we've built a forest here. Now everybody else can come in. All the apparel companies can come in and earn and put food on the table and take care of legacies. So we just gonna keep everything going. We pretty much gonna keep our promise to our people, which unfortunately, I mean, just to get not to get too political or get on the soapbox, but Clearview, one of the first course in America that essentially was built, owned, created, designed by someone that looks like us.
That's right.
And I spoke to Miss Renee Powell. I spoke to Miss Renee Powell, and the part that sad, I mean, she's done a phenomenal job, but the part that saddens me the most is that often our community forgets the first. I mean, and Chris Sifford, I know the Sifford family understands this, that being hard is first. I mean, being first is hard, if that makes sense. So, but the main thing is we don't want to remember people when we get old. We don't want to say goodbye to them and say, oh man, it was great. We want them to feel our love their entire lifetime.
Wow.
And that is something that Miss Renee Powell feels that our community has forgotten. Her story is the same as her father's. And that was what, 70 years ago, I believe, when the course was made, 90 years ago, if my brain is not in the way. And, her same story is the same as her father's, and that has to end. We have to put ourselves forward financially, emotionally, spiritually into our communities and move forward and securing our own legacy moving forward as a community and as a people. We can't no longer allow all of the golf courses that we own, all of the head pros that are of our nature and our demographic, and all the people that are just trying their best to get par for the first time. Nobody should go unnoticed. And the only way we can actually do that, man, is participating in things like honor61.com, which is a membership for the community that's going to go out and get the resources for the community. So everybody with those resources can go out and grow their own thing and keep it moving. And this platform is one of those beneficiary things.
That is dope. That is dope. Well, you guys are always welcome on this podcast. Anything you got going, anything you want to get out to the people, we still growing, we still new. We trying to do our thing too. Like I said, we a seed from you guys. Yeah. So anytime, come on through and let's keep it going, man. You guys have phenomenal stuff. Please, people, look at the bottom, honor61.com, honor61.com, on Facebook, the Black Golfers Association. Yeah. Try to be a member, get in, answer those questions. Moderation is key. So don't come up with craziness, as Kirby says.
hey, if it's golf related, to get approved. But if it's one of them extremes, the community gonna let you know that you should not have posted this, bro.
Yeah.
Keep it business. Keep it business. Sir. Parting to you guys. Thanks 1,000 for coming on, and we're gonna see y'all soon, anytime y'all want, man. Thanks so much. Let's give it up for the Black Golfers Association founders. Remember, www.honor61.com. Please leave your contact information when we're live today, but this will be seen for months and months, and I need you guys to put your emails in there so they can contact you and keep this organization and keep this unity alive. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Let's give them a round.
All right. Appreciate it, y'all.
All right. Okay. Big Trish, we're gonna bring in, I'm doing some housekeeping. We're gonna bring in another, and then we're gonna get to your your Trish's news and all that good stuff soon. But we want to bring in Ro Thompson. And like he said, the Black Golfers Association, dynamic, huge, planted seeds for a lot of, for almost all of us, and we've grown and we branched off and done great things. So right now, it's another group that we all met on also. We definitely go on there and chit chat and post and laugh and connect and have fellowship. So we got the founder of the Black Golf Alliance, Mr. Roe Thompson. Let's bring on Mr. Roe Thompson. I'm gonna let Big Sif handle this one. Let's go. Mr. Roe Thompson. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Let's give a hand of applause. There we go.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Great
Yeah, that's my man, Roe Thompson, man.
That's right.
What's good with you, Roe? What's going on as well?
Man, everything's great, Sif, man.
Hear me,
Appreciate y'all having me on. Yes, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, man. Thank you.
We
Thank
got you, bro.
for having me on the platform.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Roe Thompson, man, is he's an outstanding cat, man. You know, out of South Carolina. He does everything the right way. He's very professional. You know, I admire the work ethic that he instills in his son, John. John's an up and coming golfer that's going to be phenomenal. He got an invite to the MAC Invitational, and he performed extremely well. And Roe, you know, he walks the walk, he talks the talk, but he also walks the walk, man. It's one of the reasons I think that our spirit is kind of kindred, so to speak. So, Roe, I'll let you jump right in, man, and tell us what's going on with the Black Golf Alliance.
All right. Thank you, Sif. Can y'all hear me okay?
We can hear you good.
Beautiful. Well, listen, thank y'all so much. Great platform. And y'all got a lot of great stuff going on with the podcast. I'm kind of jelly because, you know, I have a podcast myself called the Black Junior Golf Podcast. So, you know, y'all got all these streams going across the screen, and I got some great stuff going on right now. So shout out to you guys, man. So Sif, the Black Golf Alliance, man, is, you know, we're a special group. We're doing some amazing things right now. We just got back from Houston, Texas, a couple weeks ago. We had about 80 plus golfers that came from across the country. You know, we had the great Tricia Clark there, and so many other you know, members that came to join us. And I do want to say I'm speaking on behalf of the rest of the alliance. Des, Al, and Otis. They had some prior obligations tonight, but so they couldn't be on the podcast tonight. So I'm going to represent the alliance the best way I can. But we went out to Houston, and our sole purpose was to represent Juneteenth. And we wanted to bring all of the alliance members together, as many as possible. And we wanted to help raise some money, some funds for Texas Southern University Golf Program. And we came together, we did that. We raised right at $7,500 for the Texas Southern University Golf Program. And they're going to be breaking ground for a golf facility, for an indoor golf facility, that is. So we're excited about that. You know, it was just we had a great time. A lot of golf, a lot of social aspects that took place. We had Big Jake, the comedian. We did the cigar lounge. We had the shamble. We had the 2-day tournament. Man, it was just great, man. Anything y'all want to ask me, just ask.
Very nice. So let's start at the beginning. So you guys, you named your crew, and this great tournament that was in Houston actually all came about through the Facebook group and the fellowship and the organization through the Facebook group and with the members and bringing people in. Talk about the beginnings of the Facebook group and your mission.
Well, the beginning of the group was to have a platform where we, as golfers, can speak our mind, where we can talk about what we want to talk about. And early on, Sif and I, we had a lot of conversations about just being able to speak our mind without, everybody necessarily seeing it. And so what we did was we created a very private group that we can display, we can talk, we can chit chat. Truth be told, if you take a day off from work and you go play golf, your boss didn't know that you're playing golf that day. So we wanted to make sure that it was a very, very private group, that you wouldn't have to worry about what you said got back to somebody else, or, you know, so we wanted to create that group. So we've grown, you know, groups, but we've grown, and I think we're up to maybe 6,000 members right now, and so the group is continuously growing. But our mission is at the Alliance is to align a lot of, you know, Black-owned businesses, Black-owned. You know, when it comes to our community, you know, we got to support each other. And at the end of the day, we all got. So
Gotta get that out. Okay.
Hey, Ro, quick question. Hey, Ro, you're kind of breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's your internet connection, but you're lagging and breaking up a little bit.
Just a little bit. I was gonna say that. Great history, great history. Please, you guys, the Black Golf Alliance. You find them on Facebook. You find them on IG. What else is going on? What's going on? You did a successful tournament. What's new for the members of your group? And you got anything going down the pipe, coming up the pipe, or going down the pipe anytime soon?
Yeah, couple of things we're looking at doing. We're looking at putting together Juneteenth for 2022 at a disclosed location. We'll have that out here shortly, and we look to have about 100, 120, 140 people to come out to Juneteenth 2022, and we're looking towards supporting the junior golfers, because that's another area where we're missing a lot of support. And so we want to support the junior golfers as well, with things like travel, hotel expenses, you know, registration fees. I mean, you know, if you look at getting in a junior golf tournament, the average cost is about $250.
Okay.
So we're looking to support juniors as well.
Okay. That's it. Let's get that up for that. I wanted to, and I meant to ask the association too, people that are not in your group, the Alliance, and they're just floating around on Facebook. Now, most of it is they just like I just stumbled across it. Like I stumbled across the association. I actually just stumbled across the Alliance too. And like I said, I met these great people. We started a podcast because of that also. And do you guys actively go out and bring in, or would you rather members suggest other people to come in? And if you're already a member of the Alliance, should your members go out, and if people are into golf, bring them in, try to give them an invite? And what's your moderation, and what do you like in a member in your group? What would you like in members in your group? Not just numbers, but what kind of members would you like, or do you prefer, or are you trying to get? Road.
Well, you know, our group is all right. So our group is mainly focused on very, you know, I would say very serious golf events, tournaments, you know, golf knowledge, whether it's coaching, whether it's you know, different courses that we should check out. But we, you know, as far as like inviting people, you know, our members invite people that come and join the group. You know, we, you know, invite people on our own. And as far as the moderation is concerned, the moderation is, you know, we try not to have a lot of negativity in the group. We try to keep the group fun. We try to keep the platform uplifting. And, you know, we don't want people to tear other people down. So we try to, you know, watch that from a moderation standpoint. So that's what the Alliance is all about.
Thank you. That's dope. Big Sip, give us some parting words with the Alliance and Roe. Give it, and please don't challenge him to a golf tournament or a bet.
No, maybe my son, not me, but my son. You know.
I'm not going to challenge Roe because it would be unfair. And the one thing I don't do is I don't
There we
fight
go.
people. I don't fight people in wheelchairs. You don't get any credit from
You
that.
don't
But
kick the puppies.
no, and yeah, but parting, man. I love the alliance. I've met a lot of great people in the alliance. I'm thankful to have kindled a relationship with Ro, Al, Desi, Otis. Working with those guys is phenomenal. And the good part about with working with these guys, they really work, man. When we were planning the trip for Myrtle Beach, man, it was all hands on deck, and I felt like I was a weak link, man. So just to be into that atmosphere, to be in their spirit, it did the body good. It's actually helped me, and so big ups to Ro, Otis, Dez, Al for a job well done with the alliance, and I promise you, I won't miss the next event.
All right, let's give it up for the
Hey.
Black Golf Alliance. Find them on Facebook. I'm sure you got friends. Let them get that invite and get in there, and let's get active. We're only as good as our activity. We're only as good as our unity. We're only as good as our participation. So once again, let's give it up. The Black Golf Alliance. Let's go. All right, Ro. Thanks a million. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you, guys.
Come on with any event. I'm sure closer when it gets to your tournament time for Juneteenth 2022. You'll be on, and I hope you're on before that. All right. We're going to close this segment out, and we're going to get to what is the deal. So we're going to get to Trish. We're going to, before we get to our great doctor that's here, we need you to give us our news and stuff.
All right, everybody. So for this segment of What's the Tea with Me at Miss Clark's Life, I would like to shout out a few amazing Black American golfers doing their thing and making history. So first off, let's give a big shout out to Miss Bailey Davis. This young lady made history last week. Yes, she made history last week when she made it to the final match of the 72nd U.S. Girls Junior event, where she hoped to be the first Black American female to win a USGA championship. She fought to the end and made runner-up to the world's #1 ranked amateur, Rose Zhang. We just want to let you know, Bailey, we are super proud of you. Golf fam, let's make sure we remember her name.
All right, all right.
Next, we want to give a shout out to Wayne Birch, aka Wayne O'Drano on IG, and he's also known.
Give it up.
And he's also known for Trap Golf Apparel. We want to say big congrats on making history on being the second Black American caddy at the 149th Open at Royal St. George. He was the first caddy to caddy at the Open was Alfred Dyer, aka Rabbit, and that was 47 years ago. So way to bring it, Wayne.
Dope, dope, dope. Let's give some hands.
And so we also want to be sure that we shout out Mr. Joseph Bramlett. Big ups to you for finishing T11 at the Barbasol Championship this week. Bam, remember his name. And last, but definitely not least, let's be sure to give a big shout out to Mr. Kevin Hall. This young man won the APGA event that was held at TPC Deer Run in Silvis, Illinois. He shot a 73-day 1 and came back and shot a 63-day 2 for a -6 win.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Give it up. Give that up.
Yes. And for those that don't know, this amazing young man, he is deaf, and it goes to show anything and everything can be done when you put hard, when you work hard and put your mind to it. So again, congratulations, Kevin Hall. Big shout out to all those with the APGA staff, his family, and all his fans that actually came out there to support this young man. Y'all be sure to remember his name as well.
Very dope. Very dope. All right. Does
Yes,
that end your segment?
that ends my segment. That's all I got.
Oh man, I think that's enough. I think that's enough. Very nice. Very nice. Very informative. Because if we don't give our news, who the hell's gonna do it? How we gonna get it? So we got to do our news. So every week, thank God, Miss Trish, Clark's Golf Life will be giving us information and tidbits and news that you won't normally get to see unless you're following each individual person, and then even then. So it's just a great wrap up of my Black and minority golf for the week, and it's just very dope. So another shout out, and so we're gonna keep it moving. And we've had the good doctor waiting a little too long, y'all. And we're going to bring her in. And this is a great guest and a great experience that, again, Trish found for us. And so I'm going to bring in the good doctor. And Trish, I want you to go to town.
All right, all right. So welcome, Dr. KEISHA Bates. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, just for those that know or don't know, Miss Dr. KEISHA Bates, she comes by way of a question I had posed in the Black Golfers Association, where I went and got adjusted last week, and I was wondering, do any of y'all get adjusted, for golf or any other reason? So I'm going to do a brief intro of Dr. Bates, and then we're just going to go into it. All right. So Dr. Bates is the owner of Journey Family Chiropractic, located just outside of the Atlanta area. She's been in practice for a decade, for which she sees patients of all age ranges and all walks of life, from pregnant moms, kids, and athletes to the elderly. So again, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been a chiropractor for a decade. I know I look young. I might look like a teenager, right? But yeah. So I've been practicing for a while right outside of Atlanta, and I see tons of athletes, golfers that are kids, of course, adults that are golfers, but all types of athletes. But chiropractic here, for those that don't know what chiropractors do, they may have seen all these YouTube videos, those crack addict videos, and all sorts of crazy stuff online these days. It's not as scary as it sounds. Those people, just so you guys know, they have mics on them, and they have mics all over, so that enhances the sound. So it sounds way and Trish, you probably, I don't know if when you got adjusted, if you heard the sound that it made.
Oh, I heard the sound.
Yeah. So what chiropractors do is we look for what's called a subluxation, and what that is basically when a bone goes out of alignment. And when that bone goes out of alignment, it could be in your spine, it could be in your knees, it could be in your shoulders, anywhere in your extremities. That can cause pain, and it can cause decreased range of motion. It could even cause more injuries. So what chiropractors do, we look for those subluxations, put those subluxations back in alignment, put those joints back in alignment, and that gets you out of the pain. It decreases chances for injury. It of course helps with your range of motion, increases your flexibility. So when you're swinging through, you're not like ouching in pain, or afterwards not having to ice all the time. So chiropractic is amazing. If you have a spine, you should get adjusted, basically. So
sounds great.
Yeah.
And so you got some adjustment, Trish, and it worked out. And so, because in golf they always say spine angle, keep your spine angle. But if your spine is out of alignment, how can you keep the spine angle? So it behooves everyone, if they're out of alignment or if they just need to get checked on. Now, would you see patients, or do you suggest seeing patients that really don't have bad problems and they should just come just to see where they are on the spectrum that needed adjustments, or should they wait till they know they needed adjustment and then see you first after that, and then they'll get on a program? What do you suggest golfers or anyone do?
Anyone, yeah. What I suggest is it's better to correct something before you start to have pain, because by the time you have pain, your body's already going through something that needs to be corrected. Usually pain is the last thing that happens. So it's better to keep that alignment there, even if you have zero pain, because now you're less likely to injure, and you're going to be healthier in general, because people that get chiropractic care have less colds, their immune system is stronger, they have less stress. So I have tons of wellness patients, and wellness patients are just patients that come in where they don't have any pain at all, and they just want to make sure they stay in alignment, and they may come like every 2 weeks or so, but that keeps them from even having the pain to begin with.
That was a great
Yeah.
answer, because that's what I wanted to know. Like
Mhm.
we see the dentist, like we see everyone else for our health, our mental health. We need to come see and get our back
Mhm.
checked out and make sure, especially if we're active, it's a lot of
Yeah.
tension and it's a lot of
Mhm.
stress on the back. Big
Mhm.
Sifford, talk to me a little bit. You're a big golfer. We both big boys.
I think
Have you had any back pain, Sif, and how have you corrected your back pain? And do you need to see the good doctor?
well, I think I do need to make an appointment with the good doctor. I think a lot of my back pains come from my big front.
Yeah, well,
That's
mine too.
pulling that's pulling on my back. But no, I played football all my life,
Mhm.
college football. So I feel like an accordion now. And so it seems like everything's compact, and some days you're good, some days it's bad, and some days you don't even feel like getting out. But I've heard through some friends, by getting a wellness check, going through a chiropractor, they feel extremely well. I've only heard one episode where there was a trauma-induced stroke by going to a chiropractor. Could you speak on that? Why do you think that happened?
Well, when it comes to that kind of stuff, usually doctors can see the red flags. So if a patient comes in to my office and they start showing red flags of stroke, because I do a thorough history. It's not like when you go into an MD's office and you're there for 5 minutes. It's literally 45 minutes of an exam. So if I see in their history, and when I'm talking to them, if they're slurring their speech, if things are starting to happen, I know for sure that I'm not going to be adjusting them,
Okay.
their cervical region. So with chiropractic care is very, very safe. Our malpractice insurance is so low, like meaning like it's about $1,000 a year
Oh
compared
wow.
to
Okay.
MDs.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
pay $70,000, $80,000. So the comparison, we don't normally injure anyone.
Mm.
If you're a chiropractor and you've at least you went through the program, etc., the chances that you have that kind of trauma to a patient is so slim. And I mean, stuff can happen, obviously, but you don't hear about all of the different things that happens in other, like for MDs, like prescription drugs, um, interactions, and we don't hear about it. But with chiropractic it's different because we're preventing you from having injuries and issues. So, and there's still a stigma with chiropractic, even if, a lot of people are still going, but that's just how it goes. There's always going to be something.
One more question, man, before you
Yeah.
interject. Is there anything that we can do from a rehabilitation or exercise standpoint at the house in conjunction with going to a chiropractor?
Oh yeah. Yes, there's definitely stretches that you should be doing. You should be, of course, stretching like your back and your legs, your hips. Um, the sitting that most people do every day with work, getting up once an hour and just standing, walking around, because a lot of people are working from home, so they're not, at the office. They may get up, talk to their co-worker, but at home they're probably just sitting there for hours. So even just getting up once an hour is good to do every day. And you don't have to stretch like to pain. If you feel like, okay, I did 10 seconds, I feel pain, you stop and then you go back and do it again. And even with golf, although it's not like football, and you said you played football when you were in school, it's still hard on your back. So you still should be stretching. And that's for my patients. I always tell them, you will hold your adjustment longer if you actually do a cool down stretch before you get on the course. It helps. We don't have baby spines. So.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Can you write me out of work tomorrow?
So Dr. Bates.
Yes.
So for me, I'm all of the things that you explained. Play golf aggressively. I sit at home. I work virtually, so I'm in front of my computer 8, 9, 10 hours a day.
Yes.
If I'm not golfing.
Yes.
And so I also, I hurt my sciatic nerve. So that's what drove me to go into the chiropractor, because I almost gave up golf.
Oh.
And yeah. Because that sciatic nerve issue was real. So I got adjusted, and for me, my experience was instant gratification, like instant. It sounded horrible, I will not lie to you, but it was instant gratification. So I know Ed Tillman did ask in the chat, he asked, how often should you get adjusted? Like, is there a routine, or like weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or how do you determine that?
Well, I do a full exam, and I go from my exam. So if a patient has 7 and up pain, more than likely I'm going to see them 2 to 3 times a week for the first couple of weeks. And the reason for that is because our body is so very habit forming. And because it's habit forming, it's going to want to go back out of alignment shortly after it gets adjusted. So we get it to the point where it holds the adjustment and stays in alignment. And then after that, once we get you out of that pain, we try to do once a week or once every 2 weeks for wellness.
Okay. Now I know Manny had posed a question. He was, it was a question out there of, so once you get adjusted, is it true that, once you get adjusted, you have to continue getting adjusted forever?
Exactly. That's what I heard. I'm gonna get into it, because it was like, once your back get cracked, you gotta always crack your back at least once a month. And I'm like, well, I don't think I want my back cracked every month, because then that's going to turn me into a crackhead. See, get it back. Okay, so dispel the rumors and give us some real knowledge, because that's just conjecture and rumor.
Yes. Okay. So chiropractic here, because we're affecting your nervous system, and I'm sorry, guys, your nervous system controls everything in your body. So you should be taking care of it, right? So just like you brush your teeth every day, even though you don't have a cavity. You go to your dentist and they say, oh, no cavities. Do you stop brushing your teeth? Or do you just say, okay, I guess I'll keep on brushing my teeth? It's the same thing with your spine and your nervous system. You still have to take care of it, even if it's been a month, it's been 2 months. I wouldn't wait that long, but you should still be trying to take care of it, because I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to go to the spine store and trade it in for a new one. So you might as well take care of it. So yeah, so the reason that people may say that is because you feel good, and I would rather feel good and my spine being in alignment. And if I have to go every 2 weeks, I have to go every 2 weeks, and just to keep that alignment there, because your body knows what it's supposed to be, like what position it's supposed to be in. So when it's in that position, it's almost going to tell you, hey,
you're out of alignment.
You're out of alignment. Hey, go get an alignment, because they would rather be in that optimal position so you can have optimal health.
Very, very great points. Very great knowledge. I have one question from one of our audience members, Miss Carrie Stewart. Are most insurances now covering chiropractic care as preventative medicine, or how is that? Or do you know? We're going to have to talk to the billing.
Yes, they do. Yeah, most insurances do cover chiropractic care. Of course, it depends on your plan. And then, of course, it may depend on your deductible too. So just like if you go to your medical doctor, the deductible may apply to chiropractic care, but it depends on your insurance plan. So Blue Cross, the standard Aetna, Cigna, Ambetter, there's a ton of them, but a lot of them cover chiropractic care, and some of them even cover massage. So at our office, we'll have patients get a massage, and then they'll get adjusted afterwards.
All right.
Yeah,
that's
for
what's
those
up.
For those that might have HSA, I have an HSA card, and hey, I'm on a monthly plan, and they deduct it nice, and I can come once a week, so that kind of works for me.
Yeah.
So you just,
Okay, I got another question because we're live, doctor. We live, so we got people on the chat and they want to know stuff. So this is Dr. Bird, LCSW. People in need of back or neck surgery, are they candidates for adjustments, or should they avoid adjustments until they get that surgery or straightened out? What do you suggest, or is it patient by patient? You would have to look at the chart and see what's going on.
Yeah, that is on an individual basis. Usually, if someone says that they are a candidate for back or neck surgery, I want to see their MRI. I want to see what their report says, because there are a ton of people that may be able to avoid surgery by getting something less invasive like chiropractic care. And then with those candidates, I may always be on the side of caution a little bit, because I want to know why. And I wouldn't normally see them unless I had some definitive reports, some x-rays, some
images. Yeah, exactly.
Images. I need to see the image. I need to see what's going on.
Sounds good. Okay, yeah. I have another question. So because we're gonna get this is Mr. Bailey Harris. Is stretching okay before you golf? Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, but I'm gonna let the doctor get to it because it's rare we get professional insight. Stretching, or we can expand a little more because I think you touched on that. Stretching, back care, spine care, is that hand in hand?
Oh yes. Oh, definitely. You should be stretching before golf, and you should even do a cool down afterwards too, because depending on how long were you on the course for 3-4 hours, then definitely want to do some sort of cool down. It could be just a few little, like it could be 10 minutes. And that's the thing, is that everybody gets to the golf course and they don't want to look funny out there in the golf course. Stretch before you get there. Stretch while you're at home. That way you don't feel embarrassed or think someone's going to be staring at you while you're stretching. But stretching will help prevent injuries, definitely, before you start doing your golf stuff.
Very, very nice. Very nice. And on our little ticker is Dr. KEISHA Bates. And at the bottom is journeyfamilychiro.com. journeyfamilychiro.com. She is in the Atlanta area. Please, folks, look her up. Get some info. If you're still skittish. So Doc, I did a poll before our live. And it was great. So I posed 3 questions. Would you consider going to see the chiropractor and get some adjustments? No, you wouldn't, or you need more information. I think it was like 75% would, maybe 5 or 10 said no, and maybe 15 to 20 was like, I need a little more information. So at least in our audience, we're very pro spine, we're very pro chiropractic, and I think it's just a wave of the future because within everything in healthcare, I think preventative and structural care is the new norm. Insurances didn't used to pay for preventative care, just to be totally honest, and it was lacking. So you got people crawling into Dr. KEISHA on their stomach like a snake, and they should have been coming 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now with preventative care, with the Obamacare, whatever you want to call it, insurance are a little more lenient because, hey, it's so much cheaper to pay for preventative care than when you're crawling around like a snake. That's expensive. Let me tell you. All right, Tricia, give me something else. Got any more questions, Doctor? Parting words for our listeners?
Well, I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you're less afraid to go to a chiropractor. And you guys can find me on journeyfamilychiro.com. And if there's a chiropractor, or I'm not close to your area and you need just some assistance and find someone in your area, then you can still reach out. If you go to my website and email me, if I have any colleagues in that area, I'd be happy to send you their information. So
that's good, because Mr. Scott Dixon was like, do you know any chiropractors in Chicago? I didn't even put that on there, but definitely just give her your email address, because you never know, you may need resources. You may be traveling to the Atlanta, Georgia area, and we golf, and adjustments are needed anytime in any place. It can just go out. The back can go out anytime. So definitely keep her as a resource. She's giving you a lot of knowledge. We're just so grateful that you just spared some time for us and really educated our audience. Miss Trish.
One last question. For our golfers, if we go and get adjustment, do you suggest we get adjusted day of, day before? Is there any suggestion to that?
If it's their first visit, then I would suggest maybe like on the same day. That would be totally fine. But it doesn't really, it's not like it's going to affect that major. The thing is that if you've never been adjusted before, some people will have soreness that second visit because it's like going on a workout regimen and the next day you might be sore. So if it's your very first time, then come in the same day you're going to go to the course. But if you've been getting adjusted on a regular basis, then it doesn't matter when you come.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
Again,
you.
Dr. Bates.
That's great. No, that was great info. Great insight.
Great info. Again, doctor, we don't want to keep too much of your time. Dr. KEISHA Bates, JourneyFamilyChiro.com, JourneyFamilyChiro.com. Let's give her a hand and let's give her some air horns. There we go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll reach out and we're just thankful. And if you're in the area, please go get that adjustment. Don't crawl around like a snake. Stand up.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. And
hey, Manny.
Yes, sir.
Tell the truth. Trish, now you probably do so now since you've gotten adjusted. Manny, do you stretch before you play?
I do. But you got to remember, I'm a nurse. I'm a healthcare professional. So I know I stretch, and I'll stretch right on the driving range. I'll be on the range stretching and looking crazy. But I look at them, I'll be like, but I'm going to be walking back to my car when you're going to be like a snake crawling back to your car. So yeah, I do a little stretching, not nothing crazy because I'm old. I'm not putting my feet all in the air and all that shit, but I will bend and stretch a little bit, and try to warm it up. But I do stretch a little bit. I don't do the cool down though, because I haven't done cool down since high school ball and stuff like that. I don't, but the older we get, man, I've been blessed. I haven't had a lot of back trouble, just to be totally honest, but I've had a little sciatica trouble, and let me tell you, that's all bad. And so yeah. What about Tricia's young? So she don't have to stretch. She can do backflips and stuff.
Lies. Oh. No, but I'm probably going to the chiropractor because I don't stretch before I play. Those that know me, and don't y'all get in that chat, but those that know me, I'm car, tee to green, I jump out, I'm car to cart, and I'm going. So I don't stretch, I'm car to cart. So that's probably why I'm seeing the chiropractor right now.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
It works. Stretch. Trust. I know your hand is full of bet money, but you can stretch.
Right.
Put those hundreds in the pocket. Put the cigar down a little bit. Look at it, and do 3 bends or something. All right. I think we're not past our time because we really don't have no time to pass. But I think we had a full show. Please, we're still new. Family, we had a lot of people coming in and out, so we wasn't as smooth as we should be, but we was juggling folks, we ain't I said, we ain't journalists. We trying to bring y'all as much real information and entertainment and be brief as possible. And again, we just want to shout out to the Black Golfers Association, Ro, Kurt, just phenomenal men. Let's give them up again. And then, of course, Mr. Rowe with the Black Golfer Alliance. We just thank you for all you do. Like I said, we are fruit that was planted from the seeds of the association and the alliance. So you're looking at what can happen when it's unification, when it's organized, and when it's accessible. Anything can happen. Like we do a podcast, y'all can do whatever it is, tournaments or whatever, because it's a forum and a place where we can meet and handle business and fellowship. And last but not least, all that great knowledge from Dr. KEISHA Bates. Again, Journey family. Cairo.com. I mean, it was just a blessing for us to actually talk to a professional, not just somebody that you see in the snack bar at the golf course telling you you need to roll over 4 times before you play. We talked to a professional about our back, about our spine. There's probably nothing more important than health if we still want to enjoy this great game, and we're blessed to play it. So let's be as healthy as possible. Parting words, Sifford. Give me something without a lot of money in your hand.
Well, I don't have any today, but
there's no challenges today.
No
that's
challenges
Rico.
today, man.
Rico, let me put Rico. Rico, you ain't challenging today. He said, "Keep doing it big, y'all." But you got to say to Rico. No, let me stop because Sifford go on a tangent.
Yeah, I don't want to cut Rico's throat tonight. But anyway, parting shot for me, man. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks. It's been what 50 years since they won a championship.
50. Since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lakers.
Right, man. So that was big for the big fella, you know. And the wild part about that, man, if you go back and watch some of the commercials, or the let me say the home videos of him when he was a young person, a young kid, and he was talking about getting to the NBA. Then he was talking about winning a championship, and one day he hopes his name's in the rafters. You know, how iconic is that, man? So shout out to the big fella, Giannis, man. He held his own.
He did. I mean, it was beautiful to watch. I mean, he worked his ass off. He was
did.
battered. They wasn't calling him a bust, but they was like, you need to leave and go to a tier 1 market. And he's like, I want to do it with the people who brought me.
Right.
I'm going to dance with who was dancing with me first. And he stayed and he was disciplined and he got rewarded. Big ups again. Miss Clark's Golf Life. Parting words.
I just want to thank everybody that joined the podcast. Thank you so much. Big shout out to the Diamonds. I've seen you all across there. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining. And everybody that joined us tonight, you know, from the Black Golf Alliance and the Black Golf Association. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for the groups, we wouldn't be here right now. So thank you again. So have a great rest of the week.
Yeah, that's just keeping it a stack. You give credit where credit is due. I'm in California. Sif's in NC, North Carolina. Miss Trish is in Florida. And it's no way us three with our talents and our love for the game would ever have come across one another if it wasn't for those two groups and the fellowship that happens. So anything is possible. We owe them a debt of gratitude for sure. I owe you guys a debt of gratitude for tuning in and hanging with us for about an hour and 5 minutes. Guess what? Next week, we'll be back. You thought it was over, but we'll be back. We are out.